Dun, dun, dun. Boom. What's good, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Keeping Up with that Shon. Keeping Up with that Shon, yeah. Boom. Okay, so the point of this video is to explain why did Shon choose the University of Florida when he had over the 15 other options that he had to choose from, and why and how I did not end up at the illustrious FAMU. Boom.
Keeping up with that shine, keeping up with that shine, yeah. Keeping up with that shine, keeping up with that shine, yeah. Energy don't even have an enemy, might just need a check, but he's the best with record energy. Partying with Charlie and in college with the rest of the gang. If you see him, you know that mean that he finna hang. Keeping up with that shine, keeping up with that shine, yeah. Keeping up with that shine, keeping up with that shine.
So for those who are new here, my name is Shon. The point of my channel is to go and really share me, my personality, my creative side, and like my unique me. Like that's like, whoa, Shon. So yes, I am from Gainesville, Florida. And I will use this channel to really like kind of like share my amazing life and display my positivity, as this world is really surrounded by a lot of negative stuff, and I really just am not here for it. So and also to just kind of like share my abundance of my knowledge. So yeah, I see I have my I wrote a script so I wouldn't just be rambling off. So yes, so we're gonna be looking at this, so I make sure I'm staying on key, staying on track. But yes, so and so if you also like if you just like learning just like random stuff and like watching funny adventures and like overall just love me, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because yeah. So bow. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's really start by listing the schools for those who are really curious, the schools that I really that I were accepted to. So and these were the order that I ranked them, my personal order also. So 1 was University of Florida. 2, Florida Agriculture and Mechanical University. Well, those were actually my both number ones, not 2, but they were both tied number 1. 3 was Clark Atlanta University. 4 was Ohio State University. 5 was Alabama State University. 6 was Auburn University. 7 was North Carolina A&T. 8 was University of South Alabama. 9 was Santa Fe College. 10 was Howard University. 11 was the University of South Florida. Number 12, University of Central Florida. Number 13 was the University of North Florida. Number 14 was Florida Atlantic University. Number 15 was Bethune-Cookman University. Number 16 was the University of Miami. For those wondering, there were schools that I removed during my application, like, what is it called, applying process. I removed Harvard, Yale, Morehouse, Southern, Edward Waters College, which is now Edward Waters University. I took out Bethune and Miami and still got accepted. FSU, UC Davis, Tennessee, South Carolina, Georgia, and Texas A&M, just to go and like name a few. So, boom. Let me also give y'all, now this is where the background timeline. So I'm going to run through basically a brief history of what me and my schooling went through. So boom, so in pre-K, I was tested whatever, and I was told that I could skip to 1st grade. My mama told them no, and because of if I knew yes, I could be smart enough to go and know something in that, but there's something that my peers in that age could have taught me, and which it did. Because when my mama said for her and my teacher was kind of like my aunt in a way, or she was a family friend, and so Miss Johnson, what's her name, she always claimed to be my auntie or whatever. Boom. From that, she went and mom told her basically find something for me to do. What she did was my mom went and she gave me Miss Johnson gave me a desk and gave me a coloring book, and she also gave me a color book or whatever for me to go and utilize or whatever. And so that's what I did. So when I asked her to the bathroom, I had basically unlimited time to go to the bathroom. So when I was out there, I basically was out there kind of like skipping. Y'all was skipping my way. I was skipping school. So yes, I was in pre-K doing wrong. I was skipping school. You don't do that, kids. Stay in school. Yeah, so but what it was, I wasn't fighting my battle. I was fighting my homeboy battle. At least the person I thought was my homeboy. He was out there, he was fighting and he was losing. So as me knowing him, I was helping him fight, and I ended up but what stopped it was my cousin. Shout out to Kylan. Kylan came and he was like a safety patrol, or he was like fifth grade, whatever. He was a couple years older than me. He was a hall monitor, safety patrol, one or the other. And he came around and he caught me. And he was like, "Look up, bruh. You can't be out here put your hands on people and fight like that's already me starting off on a wrong path, a bad path. If I want to do something with my life or be big, I gotta do right. Boom. Thank you God and thank you for that, whatever. But that stopped me from fighting, stopped me from jumping in to help people battles, whatever. Boom, led me to kindergarten. When we first day of school, the all about me poster, boom, I broke veterinarian as my dream job, whatever. I didn't know how to spell veterinarian, whatever, but I spelled it correctly, and that's crazy because of like how did I know that I had big dreams at that age. So what also was it happened in kindergarten was my first class we went to in 2006, my first Orlando classic, and for my family they was in love with Bethune. Meanwhile, me and my cousin, we were in love with FAMU. So that's when my love for FAMU started. Boom. You get from first to fourth grade, I either made straight A's or I was on AB honor roll because I just knew that that's what it took to go and get into college. Boom. When fourth and fifth grade came, I made my first C. It was in math, and I was hurt, so I tightened up. Boom. By sixth grade, I got my first D plus on a progress report. Oh, I was freaking out. It was in math again. So at this point, but to understand, in fifth grade we had to. So I was being in the gifted program. We had to test to go and to go and figure out where our placement was going to be in the next magnet program. So from gifted at Williams Elementary School, I went to Lyceum magnet program at Lincoln Middle School. From that, it went from the 40 something kids to 110 kids. Boom. I tested into course 2, math, course 1 to course 2, tested into course 2. Okay, cool. That's where the D plus came in at. Cool. I tightened up, figured out my mistakes. Cool. I went to find it, and to the point when 7th grade came, I was in Algebra 1 honors. Boom. Got there, and shout out to Miss Dawson. She taught me so many mnemonic devices, knew how to tricks and how to get into the groove of things. That's when it was just like beautiful. Boom. So now we get to 8th grade. 8th grade, I declined taking double math. I was taking geometry honors, and I could have took algebra 2 honors, and I said no, I wasn't taking double math. That was double the homework. That's what I can say. That's one of my biggest regrets. But because of in reality, I could have went and knocked out that math. I could have been ahead of the game. But from that, I'm grateful for how everything played out. But that's just something that I always said. Oh, 8th grade. Okay, so now boom, from Lyceum magnet program, going to that's when they introduced us to the other Alachua County high school magnet programs, to where it's like what is called career development programs, whatever. So at Lofton, they had the firefighter academy program, to where if you want to be a firefighter, you can go there. At Santa Fe, they had the veterinary program and a biotechnology program if you wanted for science stuff, whatever. Cool. They had sciences basically. That's where I ended up going to Santa Fe. But I got accepted into Lawton beforehand. I was waiting on to get approved into Santa Fe, and when I did, it was just one of the biggest things ever. But it was like a whoa, because understand Santa Fe is in Alachua, Florida. It's not in Gainesville, it's in Alachua, Florida. So my school was 45-minute drive from where I stayed. Boom. I was also the only one, well, only two people out of the whole school, the whole place that I knew that was going to Santa Fe. So then I get to 9th grade, and I get my, let me say this also, 8th grade. Because of in geometry, I told Miss Fox that I wasn't going to do no proofs, and I got my 2 B's out of my whole 5 B's that are on my transcript, my high school transcript, in 8th grade. But then 9th grade comes, and I get the 2 more, which was I got a B plus in world history, and I got a B plus in English. B plus is right crazy. If y'all know the percentages, it was really borderline. I could have got bumped to an A. So then I get to 10th grade, and we had to take a PE class and an online class. I took them in both in one, so I took Hope Online. Boom. I did one assignment like halfway or whatever, and to the point where it cost me half a point. I had an 89.5 or 89.7 something in the class, and like I say, to know the percentages, but for that one, I always was like, no, that's crazy, and so for that, I typed up then. My last B. Ever since then, I made straight A's in school. I won Homecoming Prince and Homecoming King. Was team captain of a track team. I had a 4.7 GPA, and it was just all magical. And then to the point, on top of it, my parents having no job, it allowed me to go and secure a lot more scholarships. Boom. My fall semester comes. I got It was the best semester of my life. I got a 3.0 GPA. I was devastated. I had to tighten up, secure my 3.0, and secure my scholarships. COVID-19 hit. Bow. Bingo. So now I secure my scholarships. I beat the stigma that UF was a weed out school because they didn't get me. I hustled to improve and improve my GPA and obtain my degree. And now I am planning, creating, and finding and building myself. Boom. High school. We were planning for college. I just joined Pre-Collegiate, and Pre-Collegiate was a club where Dean Harris, shout out Dean Harris, he took us to go and tour schools because of normally he always said black kids don't get to tour these colleges. We don't have get to think that we don't have the opportunity or we don't have return resources to go that are really out here for us to go and use to go and just go to these places. Open your name up, go open your eyes up, open your world up, like. Go and explore and figure out, because there are more schools than just what we know. Because for me and my Rolly, we had FAMU locked in our head. FAMU was number one. So now we're getting into the why and how of this FAMU thing, because we were so stuck on it that to the point where everybody knew FAMU was where we're gonna end up at. Bingo, got off track. You see that? Bingo, go back to it. So Pre-Collegiate, we toured colleges, and basically we were educated on almost what we needed to know and how to basically survive college. Like, to me, I was looking at it basically a real life version of Ned's Declassified Guide to School Survival, however you say it, whatever. And like, it was just like, for me, I also was learning more about schools and how to handle school itself. I was adding and removing colleges and stuff. I was always critiquing my list, but I was always watching my top two schools, UF and FAMU. Crazy. So being a Take Talking Children scholar, that's a program that I was accepted to in my 6th grade year. They were preparing and planning us for college, so I was getting so much help as in resources and knowledge on schools. It was also a scholarship that guaranteed me in 6th grade that at the time, it guaranteed 4 years of tuition. There it is, to paid tuition. But when I graduated high school, it was reduced to 2 years. Boom. Any payment, still regardless of, I'm grateful because any payment is better than none. Because again, I had nothing. So, with the help of them, I completed the FAFSA October 1st, today open, and I also and it opened up me to like a database of like scholarships and stuff. And so I input my information on almost everything that had to like deal with school, and I was just applying stuff. And before I knew it, stuff was just rolling in. It was just coming because of, like I said, because of everything I had worked for. It was paying off. I would say, like, if to show y'all the pile of stuff that I had, like, it was a bunch. So boom. But it's a pro tip. Something that I wish so bad that I wish I would have did. Like, I wish I would have applied to more scholarships. Like, oh my gosh. Like, apply to as many scholarships as you can. Do not stop. Keep applying to scholarships. So, as I started to receive all the letters, all these offers, all these brochures, all these packets, all these requirements, all these emails, it was just so much. I started learning about schools I never heard of. Hey, excuse me, Birdie. I'm trying to maybe do a video. I think you're hungry. So it was just like, and we even visit schools I always wanted to see. It was just magical. So boom, the experience was amazing. And this is how I would say me and Von Shay ended up getting her name Rolly. We got her name Rolly. We rode together all through all of the Pre-Collegiate trips, aside from when I was in Daytona and she went to South Florida, those 2 trips. And along, and it was, and throughout high school, we found each other rolling through like so many different endeavors, such as Take Talking Children, student government, track and field. I would love for like school spirit. She was a cheerleader. I was a hype man. The HBCU, FAMU was our number one thing, but we always loved our black culture, our HBCUs and everything about it. And then our families and our friends and everything, like more, like there was just so much, like we always clash, we always see this, well, hey, and to the point where half the time we already know, are you going to this, you going to this? Yeah, okay, cool, we can either come get me or I meet you there, I see you, this and third. I love my dog. But boom, so again, back to the FAFSA. FAFSA opened up October 1st on my senior year, so this is 2018, and it's also my birthday month. So I'm definitely standing up. I'm like not standing up business, but I'm handling business. And I'm also handling the fun. Like I'm juggling both. And me and my Libra skills, like I gotta keep 2 things in my hand at once. I don't know, I can't just do one. So at this point, like I already took my PSAT. I already scored a 1090. I think when I googled it, it was out of 50/20. For me personally, I was content with my scores, but I took it again because I had one more free waiver under my belt, and I got 1130. Boom, score improved. So I went to my guidance counselor, and that's when I had requested. So definitely tell me just something that you could do. Go to your guidance counselor and request like any scholarships that they get, any scholarships that they have or know or receive, to send it to you. If they think that you can fit it or you can win it, send it to you. And even if they don't, shoot, ask them like send it to you. That's what I did. That's how I got the scholarship that I did get. So I'm grateful for that, but I also wish I would have went and applied to more. Don't forget that. So bingo. But so bingo, back to it. So meaning I was already stuck on UF and FAMU. I didn't really care for outside scholarship. I wasn't really looking for nothing else, to be honest. I was just like, I already thought that what I had under my belt was enough. So I was like, cause I had a lot. But like I said, going back to my 4.7 GPA, that I needed to keep intact. Although my senior year, I was still working and pushing hard to go and try to even get I was trying to improve. Once I found out you get a 5.0, I was trying to hit it, and that's just where my mindset. Excuse me. I had started off with 1100 out of 1600 on the irregular SAT, and so through my attempts and my composite and my combined score, whatever it's called, I ended up with a 1390 out of 1600. That's what, 210 points away. I just knew at that point. I was like, I ain't even in competition with nobody else. I'm happy with myself. Because that's almost a perfect score. Most people can't even knock nobody else, but that's really a good score. That's really a high score. So if you get anything higher than that, like, bitch, you smart, eh? Like, yeah. So I feel like for me that was my gone brush your shoulders off moment. Like, yeah, like kick back, gone brush your shoulders off. Like, wow, like But I knew everything was still the competition, so I was always humble and scared in reality. That's what kind of really humbled me. And so anywho, throughout all these experiences, throughout over at least 30 plus schools that we toured, over the $250,000 in scholarships that I had secured, and my indecisive mind, how did I not get overwhelmed, and how did I not just apply or add every school on my list? Boom. First, I would say enjoy the moment. That's something that, yes, I would say before Nikki said it, I knew about it. That's how I live. But once Nikki said it, it was something that made me actually really look back, and I'm glad I didn't already enjoy the moment. But now that I'm getting lost in whatever sauce that I was thinking I had, whatever. Now it's time to go ahead and get back to myself. Keep myself going. Myself is what people love, but I say so. Fix myself, find myself growing, and boom. But get the feel of the campus. Listen to the tour guide. Listen to what they're saying. It's all knowledgeable. It's all stuff that you would need to know. They ain't telling it to you for no reason. Be you, and if you are yourself, act like, just put yourself like, how would I imagine yourself? If you're on campus by yourself, even if you go with your family, go with your mom, or whoever you go with, tour guide, your school, whoever you go end up with, just be yourself. You. Scratch that. From what my dean told us, basically, they are people too, regular people, and to treat them as such. Like, don't be trying to act like that. Although if you may see celebrities, you may see people that you just wouldn't expect to see on the college campus. There are people there. They are regular people. Like, that's everybody's trying to get an education. So, and for us, we even seen regular people that we knew. So it was just all really cool to just put us together. So, and also to really like have balance. Like for me, my balance in this was pros and cons. When it came down to the nitty gritty of choosing between like UF and FAMU, the pros and cons were like the best thing to like really just help me. And so what I did was I wrote each school down with their own title. And for me being creative, pros, and I wrote cons, and I just made it really pretty, and I started each one really slow. I didn't even think about the rest of them. I just thought, wait, so the school I wrote at the top, let's say for example, University of Florida, I wrote the pros, then I thought about all the cons. Cool. When I was done, next page. Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, the pros, the cons, then I just went, and I just kept going. So boom. By Halloween, or was it? I think it was November 1st, one or the other. But if you had applied to FAMU, you should have got accepted, or you should have been looking for waiting on your scholarship package to go and come in at this point in time. So now, as me, I'm checking, and I'm just like, okay, where's that? basically I feel entitled to a scholarship, and that's just where me at this point in time. I said I don't know how to, how else to word it, but that's just how I was feeling. Just like, ooh, because like I said, everything that I had, I'm like, I deserve something, because for going back to kindergarten, I knew that I want to go to college, but I never had my family wasn't going to be able to. We don't have money enough to go and pay for college, so that was always something like, bump the money, just work, and it'll come. You'll be okay. That's how I always was my mindset. And to understand that it really was God's plan. This is all in God's plan. So I've always had in my life, it's always been okay. Hey, Mia. By this time, so I was checking, and my SGA advisors, they allowed me to like really just sit in the SGA room and wait and get everything together, as they knew they knew it was my dream school. So as I'm sitting there, whatever, nothing came. Weeks that went by, and I checked it every day, and then until it was one day, December 5th, I was on Twitter, and I was talking to my peers about the scholarship, and I went to asking questions. They told me about the Rattler account, and I was like, huh? We had a separate email. I was thinking that everything came to my actual email. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty crazy. So in reality, I had no clue. So I researched who to call, and I got and I got my information, and she informed me that I had been accepted to FAMU quite a little minute ago. So I was really like just so happy. So if I had a reaction video for that one, that was just about. I was probably more happy than I was for getting into UF. Like it was just like I was so I don't know, because I was already in school. I was in school, so it was like I didn't know how else to, like, from while I was in school, like I got some good news, like something outside that's bigger than this thing. And my dream school, I was just you can't tell me nothing. Aside from Santa Fe accepted me when I had applied to them on October 1st. Yeah, because I guess technically would be my first acceptance letter, whatever. But because it was like a couple hours later, I got an email saying I was accepted, whatever. But I consider FAMU as being my first acceptance letter, because that's when I knew I was like, oh yes, like yay, like I thought about. But Santa Fe technically is, but yeah, blah blah blah. Fast forward past that, but that'll basically be the start of the college like rollout, whatever. Because everything, and then because from all that, I went in and I started searching for the scholarships, and I was searching for information, but I was really kind of like confused. So the lady I was talking to, and I was only confused because of the lady I was talking to on the phone versus the lady I was emailing versus the lady that was on the website itself were three different people. And basically it was just all miscommunication. And from that, that's when my SGA advisor was like kind of like pissed themselves, because it was the form of communication. Boom, pause on that. But to run it back, because I basically ended up getting straightened out myself, and I ended up basically receiving one of the presidential scholarships. I think it was like George something, whatever his name was. And with all my other scholarships, from adding it all up from everything that I had, like the Bright Future Takes, like blah blah blah, all that. I was, to my knowledge, I was only $1,000 short from it being a full covered package going into FAMU. So I was like, $1,000, it ain't nothing to go and just find another $1,000 scholarship. That was something that I said I can go ahead and just find out and apply to. Boom. So fast forward to February 2019, 5 years ago. As the anniversary it literally just passed. So if you didn't see the video, I'm gonna put in a clip, whatever. But so I was learning from my SGA peers about the top 10%, as they was like they always were like checking the numbers, checking the metrics, and really just competing with each other, and they also were helping each other. So they were telling me that the decision letters for UF, like, that it was coming. So I tell them I was telling them that I'm also in the top 10%. I applied to UF, and I'm waiting on a letter too. So by that time, they already had loved me. But at that point in time, it was like something when they looked at me, like it was like something like it clicked. They actually loved me, like, as if like our minds kind of like, it was like, oh snap, you're one of us. So yeah, so that's fast forward to February 8th. Well, rewind to February 8th, 2019. View update. New date to your application were posted on February 8th, 2019. Oh my god.
Hey, Shon.
Oh my god.
Shon.
What?
It's a pizza in the oven.
Look at it! Ow!
got accepted.
Period,
Yeah.
pussy bitch.
My boy got accepted to UF.
Congratulations on your admission to the University of Florida for the fall 2019 term. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the UF and its distinctive community of learners, leaders, and thinkers. During our review of your application, the committee was impressed with your outstanding academic and personal achievements. UF truly is a remarkable institution, and your enrollment here has the potential to provide you with a...
My boy, he got accepted to UF.
Woo! Let's do it. Hey, yeah. Get in the group. You know what to do. Attack.
I told you he was gonna get in.
Huh?
I got a pizza in the oven. I'm not finna eat it, so I'm tired of waiting on that shit. But can you just check on it, like cut it off? What is
Check on it where?
in a little bit?
Attack.
I can burn this on you now.
Bitch, I want to say it.
Nah, he was a little too slow. Oh,
I'm gonna be the first one to make the post on Facebook too.
No, you're not.
I'm just trying to figure
No,
out. I'm just trying to
I'm
figure
not
out.
telling them. Don't tell them yet.
why you not telling
I'm
me
trying to figure out why
that?
you so happy, like you know that you wasn't gonna get in there.
You
That's
don't-
what I said.
Y'all
Like he
don't-
wasn't gonna get in.
Like, y'all don't understand how...
Wow. So yeah, so I wish I only recorded my reaction to FAMU because of they were just about the same. But at this point, I got so serious, and so wait, let me also explain because as you see, KJ and my godbrother, they were confused because everybody around me, they was like, why were you so nervous, or you didn't know you were gonna get in US? Because once my SGS people had explained how difficult it was and stuff like that, I really got scared. I really was like, oh snap, like. It's like people actually waiting on this. This is a real thing. So yeah, so so at this point, like I said, I really got serious. Like, where I was like trying to figure out where am I actually going, and where can I see myself, like, because those are the two main things. And then on top of it, who's giving the best benefits, knowing my background, who has the best school spirit, the best education, the proximity from home, and then I mentioned the money because cost of living is a thing. The weather, the city environment, I took into account everything. So narrowing us down to UF and FAMU, my two number ones from the beginning. So at this point in time, little history about FAMU real quick, but at this point in time, I had Matt, my car Matt. So me and Shamani, we was up there at FAMU like almost any chance we could get. We was getting our HBCU experience beforehand, by personal experience. I called my friends Sanaya and Simone, shout out to them. Almost any time that like we wanted to like hang out or spend time on campus or whatever, outside of the campus activities, and just chill on campus or whatever, or go to the night activities. We even was up there so much that like we even surprised them. Like they would just see us like they would be like, hey, what are you doing here? We were just doing stuff. Okay, I'm sorry, yeah. But yeah, we went to like 3 out of 4 of the set Fridays in February that they had. Like it was just, we was up there just doing stuff, reality, and understand like it felt like quick, like we was up there for like it felt like we had been up there for a good little minute, like as if we was been there for like years, and it was just felt like home. I don't know, it was crazy. But we did go up there. I did go up there and handle business one time. I had to go and take the LX, my math paper test, everything. There's a placement test for I feel like for every single thing if you're interested to go and figure out where do you belong. Boom. So I did go take the LX, whatever, and like I said, that was the one time when I really been up there, but I didn't want to go up there and like I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing. So that was the reason we went up there, but we went up there and was up there having fun. We made the fun of everything because FAMU is the culture, it's the experience. Like, yes. So, with all the ride and stuff that we was doing, but from between the day, I got accepted into UF, and sometime in April, Matt engine blew up. We was riding, and that's and so from understanding, like for me just seeing the one big issue when I was up there myself of how you can get swallowed up into the HBCU experience or the partying life, or I guess you could say, whatever. I was just like, ooh, and then also with it, on top of it, it was just too many of my beautiful black people. Like, I just knew I was gonna be talked about. I just knew I was talking about bad because my intentions were coming in when I came into college anyway. Body count was going from 4 to 4,000. Regardless of, I was like, wow. It was a lot of people. Why would we young, wild, and free, so they say. But what I know, for what everybody else around me was doing the shoot, I was ready. But to the point where I was, like I said, I walked in and put all the wrong intentions. So for that, I was definitely going down the wrong lane. So I seen nothing but like basically walking eye candy when I walked around, and they see me in that way too. So I can't complain. So, but from my whether if it was just one day or if it was a weekend, I had a blast at FAMU, and I love it there. I'll always just go again. So outside of already enjoying the experience and seeing that you can get sucked in and getting sucked into it all, the bad communication, no more transportation, and they had no zoology major, but they did have a biology major. So FAMU went from being a strong number one to So, but I knew I was smart enough, strong enough, and well-rounded to really go to FAMU and thrive. And beyond all of the stereotypes and everything, the negativity that was coming, I was still rooting for them, and along with the pros. These are the pros. The Presidential Scholarship that I did secure. They were the number one. They were and still are the number one public HBCU. They have a stellar education, and they have a great reputation for successful Black people. The HBCU experience, it is one like no other. As you just seen, I was just talking about how I was explaining it. I wanted to feel like a majority instead of a minority for the first time in my life. Like, to understand, like I said, in these magnet programs, I've always been a minority. From going from the elementary, out of 40 kids, there was only 5 blacks. Out of middle school, 110 students, there was only 3 blacks in each grade for my class. Going to high school, and I think they said it was like 250 students, and out of that, it was only, again, 3 blacks, or it was like 4 of us, but in my class. Cool. Getting to college, I wanted to be the majority. I wanted to go to FAMU, to a school that was majority a predominantly Black school, HBCU, historically Black college and university. Yes, that's where I was the reason. Black people networking. The network for Black people is so big that it is so rich. Like, wow, yes, I wanted. That was another pro. The homecoming. Oh my gosh, homecoming, the classics, all of that, everything. I know it's called the Classic, but there is, like, from like I understand from learning that there are more than just the Orlando Classic. There's classics. That's when you use the word classics. Is if you go to Orlando Classic, it is just the classic. But if you're going to more than one classic, as in like Majesty Classic, that's one that my Rolly has been trying to get me to come to for some years now, and I'm definitely going this year. There are many different, but it's not just those, because every school has their own classic mashup. Like, it's a thing. The friends, I felt like, I don't want to offend nobody, but this is how I felt. I felt like I would have made more life-lasting friendships there, like, which is funny because out of all the friends that I have made when preparing from FAMU, like, we still checking in, like, all right, we still talking. So shout out to Kia, Sierra, Chaz, and Corin. And there's also a bunch of others. But, like, let me go ahead and try to finish this. Love y'all though. The organization and the homecoming and everything really kind of just shits on UFs, and no offense. Like, I always tell people, regardless of, they got step and drill teams, they have dance and modeling troop, they got regardless of the Divine Nine and the SDA, that shit is stellar over there. The academic resources and the connects, like, to understand everything before, like I said, from 2019, with me looking at them, always watching my schools. Oh my gosh, I was on top of everything. Like, I wanted to be, I seen so much of what I could, my potential. But now, to compare it to University of Florida, it was the only school in the state of Florida that offered zoology. Big pointer. At the time, as we were waiting on the scholarships, out of the ones that I had, I knew that if I stayed home in Gainesville, as it being that I'm from Gainesville, I knew that if I lived with my mom, that would be me saving money on bills and on rent. Boom. At the time, UF was the number 8 public university in the nation, and it was the number 1 university in Florida. All the sports were ranked, and we was one of the only schools in the nation for the time. Like UF had the most SEC titles. The crossing out the other SEC schools that I listed before, that, like, we've been a diehard Gator fan. Yeah, no, I couldn't even just see myself. I see myself, if I was going anywhere that was a UF enemy, I was gonna be wearing my Mike Gator fits. Like, track and field, I see myself running track and stuff from when I was running track in high school. My mom still for the track coach, the head track coach at UF, Mike Holloway. My mom ran with him at Buchholz High School before he transferred over to the University of Florida. So my mom, like, they it's like a connection there. So I was like, okay, cool. I wonder if I can go and see if my mom can go and talk to him and be me and learn for me to be a walk-on. That's what I was thinking. And so that was a plus one. Because I really wanted to prove that I could do brains and bronze. I could do both. The graduate school. Oh my God! Just say that just says enough. The graduate school, University of Florida Graduate School. That has so many different positives in that. The money, me to say the money all around going to UF, staying at UF, the UF connections, and the alumni network. Now, UF alumni network is powerful. It is big and it is strong. I could have kept my job as extras. At one time when I was in my senior year, I had a job as extras. I could have kept my job as extras. I talked to my manager and worked all that out. The organizations are more organized and they're ran like a real government. And UF is like really all politics. It's deeper than what the message is like UF. It's like whatever message you see there, you gotta read it for deeper than what it actually tells you. Like you gotta think deep and you gotta see the greater message, because that's what I learned from like now looking backwards. So the only bad to UF was the location being my like hometown. Like I knew like it wouldn't allow me to grow in the way that learning from a new city environment would have. Like, and on top of the racist stories and racist history that I knew about, and then like the social life, like it would not have been something new because I was already going out since I was 16. So I knew it would get boring, and which it did fast, but I still did it because of my friends. They were just now able to go from like my friends back home. They were just now able to go out and hang out more. So it was okay, yay! Now I got friends to do instead of going out by myself, or not by myself because I was never alone really. I always had my cousins, as in mostly me and Ari, but we also had let me get a shout out to Shamani, as I already said, Tura, BP, Aaron, KJ, and Tootie, and for all for Tay and for all the stuff that like we used to like just doing stuff, whatever. And we was always living like I'm so grateful for our life. So yes, we would miss out on all. So I knew that I would miss out on also the HBCU experience. The line of success to me, they were all sports alumni. Instead of like I couldn't, for me myself personally, I didn't know at the point of time anybody like big outside of sports that were UF alumni. But again, that was all my mindset 2018. So did that sound like enough to sell it? Well, to me, they both were still equal. So I waited. I went asking for other people's opinions. And before you think or before you ask, no, I never allowed anybody's thoughts, opinions, nor feelings to make my judgment. But I was just asking like to go and get other people's perspectives. I had people telling me that they would be mad if I chose UF over FAMU and vice versa. I had people telling me angry that I wasn't choosing Harvard. I had people and people telling me all kind of just like BS, I would say. And I would say it was only BS because I wasn't asking for that. I was really only asking for my opinion on the two schools. And so the extra comments only like helped me to add more pros and cons to, not pros and cons, but pros, more pros to FAMU and UF, honestly. But boom, to the point where when I ask people with experience in this, like as in college alumni and professionals and people in their professions or in their careers or whatever, with salaries and stuff, like they answer my questions. They informed me of a yes for a why, as a reason why and yes to both schools, and also with a rebuttal to no, and they also even offered their hand and assistance. To lead me to my SGA advisors. And I told Ms. Roberts and Ms. Bernard that I was accepted to UF. They informed me that UF would sadly always have a bad history of bad communication and money issues. So how about going to a place that you know you don't have to worry about that and get the education that I was supposed to receive. Ms. Roberts then proceeds to pull out her wallet as she was saying to me any monetary needs that UF requires to basically inform her, and to that doesn't need to be nothing that my mama need to go and know about, whatever. Boom. At that point, that's when Ms. Bernard said, no, Libby, it's okay. Shon, go to the website and fill out all the information now, and I'll write you a pass to class, and because I know my card number. At this point, I was trying to like really kind of like refrain from like crying, because it was like, no way. But I'm pretty sure, for me, knowing me, I went in the bathroom afterwards before I went to class, and I went in there, I broke down crying. I'm pretty sure I went to break. I was crying, thanking the Lord, and like really just a true blessing in the sky. Little did she know, like, oh my gosh. Because of like to understand, she paid for the $30 acceptance fee or whatever it was, the $110 orientation fee, the $250 housing application fee, and it was like something else $200 that was like some extra BS, and it probably was a lot more, but that's just off the top of my head. Like dang, like she was just wow. So like I was just really so grateful. Like I swear, I still to this day. So that was number two, blessing number two, because number one, or reason number two, because of number one was like through what I learned like a lot of people got rejected and like don't really get into UF. How big of a deal it was, is like how competitive it is. I learned that the day of getting the acceptance letter, February 8th, like that just all adds to the reason why I screamed so big, because I really was shocked. I didn't know that's what the letter came with, so much of that, like University of Florida, what it holds, like wow, like so yeah, so because in reality, like I say, I was kind of like losing hope, and to the scream was just it only led to the scream just being so big. It was just me like relieving my feelings. I was so shocked. So from that, boom, as I was like talking to people and asking everyone who was like rooting for FAMU, everybody who was rooting for FAMU went and they like ordered me gifts and was ordering me stuff and like helped me come up with gifts for my dorm. That was super amazing, and like to really just see my village like come together and like really put their hands in, like, because it really takes a village, and to know my village will always be there, like in different parts, different areas. Like I'm so grateful, like wow, and to know that like my dreams of going to college is really coming true. Like I could not like it was but I was still just so stuck and so indecisive on which school to go to. I was beating myself up, like literally. I had strained my hamstring from all these like track injuries. I had strained my hamstring. I had shin splints already. I had sprained or broke my foot, and I never went and got any of it checked because I did not want my season to be canceled. So boom, while I was accepted, I was collecting my acceptance letters, my scholarships, and I was really just all around my senior year. I was really just living it up. I had a blast. 2019 was probably like a top 10. You will always be a top 10 year of my life. Like I can't even just came to play. Can't even lie about it. But now to May 1st, decision day. Boom. Me and Vanshay, as we would like probably shock each other the hardest this day. Like, cause going into it, rewind just a little bit. We wanted to have an academic signing day. As we want to have academic signing day, we went to Dean Harris, and Dean Harris said, yes, we can do it, but let him get it approved by our principal. Shout out to Dr. LeClaire, because she approved for us to have the first ever academic signing day. Boom. We asked the seniors of people who we thought would want to do it, and for those who responded, whatever, sent us that stuff, whatever. Me and Hashay, we organized everything. But basically, because Dean Harris told us, he was like, boom, now that he got approved, meaning that me and Hashay, we was in SGA, we was the president and vice president of his pre-collegiate club. We was the head captains of our sports. We already just was natural bosses, so it only made sense. Like I see why he did it. If we wanted it, we had to do it, put in the work for it. And that's what we did, and it came out, it was just so beautiful. But at this point, I already kind of had my epiphany. The day before, I was talking to my twin. So the day before my epiphany, I was talking to my twin, and we both were stuck on UF and our number one HBCU. So for her, she's a dancer, so she had Spelman. I want to say it was Spelman for their dance program as her number one, and UF, and so we were just both stuck, and so both we went through talking about it, whatever, and both was like, huh? and came to the conclusion. Boom. At this point, I don't even have my scholarship, whatever. I just knew, I felt like UF was the school. So I went and I told KJ about my epiphany, and he was like, oh, that's a good idea, and he helped me record this video. Boom.
Yo!
Hey, bro, what you in here doing, Shon?
Just bathing all my officers.
You finally decided what school you going to yet?
Yeah.
Championship version. Let's go! Florida! Home of the Gators. Florida! And the Seminole Gators. Florida! This one's for you. Now everybody scream, orange and blue.
When he helped me go and do the video, that's when his homeboy walked in as he's doing it, and he said what he said. I said, hold on, say it again. He said, say what? And I said, that right there, that what you just said. And he said that. I said, oh, that's good. That's good. I'm need you. Basically, I was directing and hiring and casting people for my little video shoot. Boom. That's when the video came about. So since that post, my first post went viral. I knew that everybody, this post that went viral right here, I knew that everybody else would be like, everybody was like really kind of like tuned in, curious to know what was I finna choose. So I should have started YouTube then, but like I say, wait to see what God made you wait. Boom. So the MFOS application email was sent to me March 25th. Ironically, that's my Rachel baby's birthday. But I didn't see it. I seen it late. It was on April 14th and Mike's birthday, but it was due on April 15th. Crazy. MFOS stands for American Florida Opportunity Scholarship, as like they really help support to graduate debt free. So they do this by taking 100% of the cost of attendance minus your EFC, your estimated family cost contribution. Mine was 0, so 100% minus 0 to me was 100%. Oh snap! So I was like, wow. So I was like, I couldn't miss out on an opportunity. I applied, but I don't think I submitted it on time. I ended up submitting it like either in the nick of time or on the 16th. Either way, I was sitting in a room with no homework, and on the first day ever, like my mind went. It was like I was like daydreaming or whatever, and I gasped so loud. Kid was like, what? And I told him about the idea, or whatever. And like I say, I already told you about how his friend came in and stuff like that. And yes, he was just perfect. Boom, did the video, and I really, like I say, I already chose UF before actually choosing UF. But that was just me being ready to really just tell the world. I was like, I did that, and so it had brought in numbers, and it was like loving people that still support and still love just watching and supporting me. And I see y'all, so shout out to y'all. I love y'all so much. And it even came with free parks around the city. Like it's really pretty cool actually. But nonetheless, I never accepted it until I never accepted officially to UF because May 1st was decision day. That's what I wanted to use it for. So, and then like I also didn't want to rush it just in case if I change my mind. But although I had accepted UF in the video, I said it was still room to go and secure a full ride to either school, FAMU or UF. Like I say, the scholarship still was there as it came, and I still was $1,000 short. So, I was just determined. I knew that I was determined. I always been determined. I really loved that for me. But yes, by April 29th, that'll be the day I would get approved for the MFOS, and for the next 2 days, I would really grow to like really just be in love with UF. And so, and I also was happy because I had got back 2 more $1,000 scholarships, so I had more than what I needed to even go to FAMU. Boom. Like I say, we can see why God made the way, because God is right on TIME. So, the choice was literally like, it was literally mine, but I didn't want to let my SGA advisor's money go down the drain. So I was really like thinking about everything, and like me thinking about me saving and like the financial stuff and everything, and it was like me being in my own city, and like I just knew Gates still had a lot more learning, a lot more growing to go and do on Shon. So May 1st came. Like I said, going back to May 1st. Me and my roadie, we both surprised each other as when we ride to school with our decision, like our college shirt on, to go and kind of like also promote for the academic signing day that we had put together, which is gonna be May 1st at 5 p.m. Like I said, coming to NFP for the first time was really kind of crazy. Like we really did that. But yes, and neither one of us was wearing FAMU. She had on Alabama State, and I had on University of Florida. Bittersweet moment, kind of like we knew like I gotta go my own way. But what about us? But like we weren't dating. That's my role. Like that's how close we were. Like that's how like I love like our relationship. It was like so like because everybody always thought they even think that we're dating or whatever. But it just really like so cool to go and know like all that we planned, all that we accomplished, and all that we still have to go. Like wow. But yeah, we almost done. But we're gonna make some quick remarks. Throughout my first 2 years, I always said almost every day that like I wish, and my first 2 years at UF, like I always said that I wish, I wish, and I quote, I wish I would have went to FAMU. And by my last 2 years, I switched it to, dang, I wonder what would I have been like if I would have went to FAMU. For real, for real. I grew to learn so much. I gained so many wonderful connections and met some of the world's future smartest people, if you ask me. I ran into a lot of my friends from elementary, middle, and high school. It was really just amazing. Like, I was so close to my family and allowed my UF family to assimilate with my Gainesville family. When Shon and the cousins were at a party, we really just took over. Like, no joke. Like, cause like I already do enough by myself, but adding my cousins to the mix was just like, bow. Who is that? Wow. We just did a lot. And understand? Yes. So, UF not only changed me, but it pushed and challenged my mind. It taught me some lessons, and I'm sure I would have not grasped or like not learned anywhere else. Like, wow. What did it say about UF? Like, what we said, what we always learn from the beginning. Go Gators, because it's great to be a Florida Gator. The best college experience, like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure, like, I know for me, everybody's college experience is different, but for me, as I unveil and show y'all some things, I'm not sure everything, but just to show how much fun, like, it was just really a learning experience, like, and but boy, I really do have some stories for y'all, so just be prepared. Like, grateful because UF was like a calling to me, and I listened and I made it through. I made it through round one, yeah, because and to organic chemistry and physics, because it'll be forever. Let me get that. But yes, I'm so glad, as I just really wanted to share this experience. As I know that this is the time for new people to start looking into colleges and figuring out where they're going to go, and this is why I chose University of Florida. If you missed the actual reason, the pros were the reason. Like, there was just too many. On top of this, I was kind of briefly shared my experience through like a summary, but to understand it, it's so much. So again, thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, share, tell a friend. Let's run it up. And again, I'm Shon, and this is Keeping Up with Shon.
Keeping up with that shine. Keeping up with that shine.